Hey, thank you for visiting my channel, Thinking Like a Virtuous Woman, where I inspire women to think like the woman in Proverbs 31, spiritually, financially, and also relationally. So I know it's been a while since I've done a video on this channel. I've been really busy. I've had a lot going on, and I've been doing a lot of content for my other YouTube channel that's doing pretty well. I have a medical assistant YouTube channel that was requested by my students. For those of you that don't know, I'm a medical assistant instructor. I've been teaching for years now, but I've been doing a lot of content on that channel, and I can link it for anybody who's interested, but so I haven't really focused on this channel too much, but I will be getting back to it eventually. But anyway, I wanted to do a quick video. So for those of you who watch the show This Is Us, you are already familiar with who Toby and Kate is. I have been trying to get caught up. I have not been watching regularly like I usually do, but the last episode I watched, and I know they've since gotten divorced, but the last episode I watched was the episode when they were arguing. And there was something that Toby said that really stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about just for a second today. But he told Kate that she fell in love with the coping mechanism. Now, if you have been watching my channel and watched my previous videos, you know that I talk a lot about the importance of healing. I'm going to talk a lot about the importance of healing before relationship, right? And you know, that's not to say that we'll be completely and totally healed before we get in a relationship, right? Because as long as we're on this earth, as long as we're in this flesh, there's always going to be something that we're going to need to heal from, right? But I'm very big on, while we are in our single season, it is very important to at least try to do as much healing as you can, right? Like, we all have some type of childhood trauma or even adulthood drama that we need to heal from. So try to do as much healing as you can during the season, because once you get in a relationship, there's going to be things that come up in that relationship that relationship is going to bring out of you, like things that won't ever come to surface until you get in that relationship. So because it's going to bring its own issues, try to handle as much as you can now, right? So back to Kate and Toby, and I'll provide a link to that whole clip, and I'll insert part of that clip here within this video. But I know many of you have heard of the term trauma bonding. So trauma bonding is when two people, they fall in love and they bond over their trauma. So it could be the same trauma, it could be different kind of trauma, but whatever the case, they have some type of sadness, some type of trauma that makes them rely on each other, and they become codependent. And that was a lot like how Kate and Toby was. And even though it's just a show, that show is so relatable, and they do a really good job of bringing real life issues to the to TV. So but anyway, so those two people, they get together, right, and they bond over their trauma. And then as time goes on, what often happens is that one person begins to heal, one person begins to grow, and then the person who is not growing, they see the change in the new person and the other person, and they start to resent that new person because they're upset because they haven't healed. Like, they begin to feel like that person think they're better, you know, just all of these different things, just like, you know, the situation with Kate and Toby. And you know, and then the other person who's becoming a new person, they sometimes begin to realize that they don't even really love the person the way they thought they did, right? So, you know, when we fall in love, we're falling in love with that person, with the person that they are now. So, you know, we want to fall in love. We want people to fall in love with the best of us. We don't want people to fall in love with some unhealed, traumatized, you know, coping mechanism. We want them to fall in love with the best of us. So it's just so important to, you know, do the work now. And if you know you're struggling with something, if you know you have some hot childhood traumas and you're still being triggered by certain things, just try to do the work now, whether it's therapy, you know, writing, singing, whatever that is for you, talking to other people, joining groups, whatever that is for you. Just, you know, begin doing that work now in your single season. And like I said, there's always going to be something, so we'll never be 100%, but let's commit to doing what we can now in our single season, so that somebody is not falling in love. When that person comes along, that person is not falling in love with our coping mechanism or the unhealed us. They're falling in love with our, you know, with the best us, right? We've reached our highest potential, or at least on the way to our highest potential. So I hope that this was, you know, helpful to you. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, a prayer request, or video suggestion. I'll leave my email down below. Thank you again for visiting my channel. Be blessed.
From our first date, the old Toby, the guy that I fell in love with. I miss him. I miss him so much that I've been picturing him this weekend here with me.
So this whole time that I've been thinking that we're really connecting, you've just been imagining yourself with a different version of me?
That is not what I said. That's not what I'm saying.
Is he here?
Don't do that.
Is he here now? Oh, you know, maybe we should get him out here. Hey, let's get old Toby out here to join in on this fun, huh? Hey, you know what I'd love to say to old Toby, Kate? He was a mess. He was miserable and insecure and self-loathing. And all of that goofiness and the loud jokes, that was out of self-defense. Kate, you fell in love with a coping mechanism. And FYI, if that guy hadn't changed, he would have jumped off a bridge or died of a heart attack, making a joke at his own expense. Wait, I almost did that last part.